What is good? What is good? What is good, mi gente? We here again. My people, bro. I have. You just don't remember and you don't care about me.
Don't remember, you don't care about me, and all the above. What's up, everybody? Had to turn my LEDs on. Hope everybody's having a good Monday. Oh, apparently I was muted.
I'm not sure.
Hope everybody's having a good Monday. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's see who's in the chat here. We got Mark, Jack, Dave Dixon, Gator. TD Vultures are here. Chase is here. I hope Zach have not.
You didn't have dinner last time. Come on.
I know.
Well, it's breakfast time now. I haven't had breakfast. It's 10:06 in the morning.
All right, people. There's 16 people watching the stream. Firstly, massive thank you to you. We got 2 people over there on Twitch. Could you do us a massive favor, all the people watching on YouTube? Could you drop a like on this live stream right now? Let's try and hit 30 likes together. Every time you hit a like, you're just showing us some love, and also it just helps us grow this community and reach more people.
That's right.
What's on the docket today, Badek?
As usual, Dynasty Startup mock draft, as always, on the Sleeper app. Nothing special. Well, it is special, honestly. It's one more day.
Wow, bro, this guy knows how to hype something up.
Nah, it's one more day till football. I mean, not one more. One more day closer till football. We're just really excited. We can't wait till the season starts. Dynasty SuperFlex Startup mock draft. If you don't know, we also have fantasy leagues. If you're new here, patreon.com/fantasylandfam, dynasty and redrafts. Check it out. We have, I think, 7 spots now. I think somebody signed up.
Let me just double check how many spots we have left for our Patreon leagues, guys. Here's what I'll say. There's no deadline. We decided deadline, I guess there's not really a reason for a deadline, but here's the deal. We're not going to have any more leagues created when these ones are full.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So right now we have, I believe, 7 spots left in our last redraft league. And in our last dynasty league, I believe we have 5 spots left.
Yeah.
Okay. So essentially, if you're watching and you want to play, you could be the one who is going to fill those leagues up. Again, there is no deadline, but it is first come, first serve. So if you do want to play, we're telling everyone we're not creating any more leagues. Once these leagues are full, that's it. And then we will kind of get started with all those leagues. So if you haven't joined a league yet, super easy. There's a link that is pinned in the comment. It's patreon.com/fantasylandfam. First come, first serve. Redraft Dynasty. 3 different ways to sign up. There's the redraft tier, the Dynasty tier, and the best of both worlds tier. Best of both worlds just gives you a nice little discount to play in both. Super easy to sign up that way. Let us know if you have any questions. There's a lot of people who are saying, "Oh, I'm gonna sign up. I'm gonna sign up." I'm just gonna tell you guys, if everyone who's told us I'm about to sign up was to sign up today, there wouldn't be enough spots for everyone. So the only reason I say that is if you genuinely do want to play in these leagues. Why is my audio is quieter than normal? I don't know what's going on. But
that was on me. I thought that was it should be good now. Go for it.
Sorry, just to clarify, if you have told us that you want to play in these leagues, I just want to let you know, everyone who has said that to us, if all of you are planning on signing up, then these leagues, there wouldn't be enough spots for everyone. So the reason I say that is just because if you truly do want to play, if you don't, that's okay. But if you truly do want to play in a league with us, redraft or dynasty, sign up ASAP, because there wouldn't be enough spots for everyone if everyone who said they're interested is going to sign up. First come, first serve. But shout out to the 18 people watching the stream. Would really, really appreciate you guys dropping a like for us. That's just you showing us some love and helping us reach more people. But let's see. Is there any questions in the chat there?
No, I think
So how does the link work, Badaki? How can people be a part of these mock drafts before we drop the link?
yeah. So you go to our Discord channel, which is also in the description below, the solo.to/fantasyland football link. Go there. You can join our mock drafts. We're going to be posting our mock drafts in the mock draft tab on our Discord channel, usually live here on the live stream. So if you're new or if you watch this later on and if you want to be part of any sort of mock drafts with us, make sure you join the Discord so you don't miss anything. We also kind of give out advice there, or just have a good old time in Discord. I think it's just bants. Sometimes we have a general community tab, waiver wires. We're going to be talking a lot during the season, and Talk It Up shows also coming as well. We cannot wait. But yeah, just come through. It's all good. Good vibes, good hangs. Make sure you follow on Twitch as well. I think that's a big, huge part of that as well. We're trying to grow that Twitch platform. So if you are one of our fantasy communities and you do have a Twitch, that'd be great.
Sorry to interrupt. We've just got 19 likes on this live stream, and normally that doesn't happen until we're like 30 minutes in. So I just want to say a massive, massive thank you to all you guys for showing some love there. That actually means a lot. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. My mic seems significantly lower than yours still, but Aki, yours seems pretty loud. I don't know if anyone in the chat can agree or say no. You're good, guys. Don't stress.
Yeah, I can definitely bring my mic lower, so that should be fine. And then you should be. If you talk now, just talk really fast.
Yo.
Yeah,
we good?
I'm just looking at the meters, so it should be okay. I can still bring your mic up.
Let us know, fam. All right, we're gonna go ahead and drop this link. Okay, when you're hearing this, there will be a slight delay, so we're gonna drop the link. So you know, fair game. The link will be dropped in 5 seconds from now. Dave said he definitely agrees. Badaki's way louder than me.
Yeah, I should be good now.
Okay, so hopefully we were able to fix that. Let's see. Here we go. I'm about to drop the link in 3, 2, 1. Over there on Discord. Here we go, and the link is dropped, baby. You can switch us to the other screen, Badaki.
Okay, here we go. 1 second.
It says I'm leaving my spot for someone else. That's actually love. That's actually love from Chase.
That is huge
right there. Dad, what's up, Dad 30? He said, let's go. What's up, my guy? Welcome to the stream. Hey, we've never had 26 likes on a live stream this quickly. So seriously, big love to you guys. Big thanks. Okay, so we got Dave in here. Let's go through these. We got SD Perk. Big shout out to you. We got Jack. Big shout out to you. We got TTJB. I don't think we've mocked with you. Let us know if you're in the chat somewhere. Say what's up. Say hi. Let us thank you for joining. Big shout out to Dave. Now, 3 of these 4 guys are in our Patreon leagues. So is Tebow. So is OG Gangles. So is Football Ninja.
That's
so
right.
Big shout out to all these guys who are actually in our leagues who are now coming to support on the mock drafts. I just want to say one last little plug, guys. I just have to do it. Redraft Dynasty Leagues. If you want to play in one of those with us, the link is pinned in the comment section. It's also pinned in the description. Super easy to sign up. Okay, go to patreon.com/fantasylandfam. Choose the tier that you want. 3 options: Redraft Dynasty or Best of Both Worlds, where you can play in both.
That's right.
We're not making any more leagues, so if you want to secure a spot, now's the time to do it. Otherwise, we cannot promise you that you will have a spot. No more leagues will be made once these are full. So would love to play with you guys. Don't miss out. All right, Jack says, Zach and Badaki, don't leave me without PayPaling you. Oh, yes. So Jack has to send his, we have a $25 deposit for Dynasty. You get that back if you stay. Wow. So many likes. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you guys for the love.
Yeah, it's actually just crazy. 26 people watch right now. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so we have a Dynasty SuperFlex startup mock draft. Okay, if you guys were with us last week, you saw us do a real live Dynasty draft, which was awesome. So cool that we were able to do that with our Patreon leagues. But let's go ahead and get this started. 1 quarterback. It is a super flex. 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 regular flex, 1 super flex, and then there's 11 bench spots in there. Let's go ahead and get this bad boy started here. Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Talk it up.
PJ Frost says, "How do I join a dynasty league?" All right, so super easy to join a dynasty league, guys.
That's right.
There's in the chat that you just commented in, there's a pinned comment from Fantasyland Football. It says patreon.com/fantasylandfam. That's the link. So you click that link. It's also in the description if you can't find it. And you sign up to whichever tier that you want to be a part of, right? So you can either do redraft, you can play in Dynasty, or you get a nice little discount to choose the best of both world tier, which is where you can play in both of those leagues with us.
Mm-hmm.
That is a way for you to support what we do, support our channel, but in return, we give you an amazing league to be a part of, active league. I know everyone who's been a part of them can agree.
We have giveaways.
We also give you a bonus podcast. We give you weekly rankings. We give you the fantasy hotline. And the bonus podcast, by the way, is going to continually evolve, people. The first bonus podcast that we did was to review our first ever real draft with our league. That's not what it's going to be throughout the year. We plan on giving you a bunch of different content on that bonus podcast. But we thought, might as well just review the draft for these people. So
people
let
like
us know if you have any questions about that, PJ Frost.
That's
Sorry,
exciting.
I'll cut you off.
No. That's exciting. People asking for the Patreon and stuff. It just really, it's all coming together. 30 days until the season starts, a month from tomorrow or 2 days, something like that. It's crazy. It's crazy how fast it's all coming together. And then we have football this weekend, technically Thursday night football. Your Washington football team against the Patriots. Preseason. I mean, it's preseason, but you get to see some.
Doesn't matter. I'm just hyped to see football. I feel like, it's like the Hall of Fame game is almost like the preseason to the preseason because 100%. No one's. I was surprised Deontay Johnson was out there.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, remember we were talking about it. It was like, bro, Deontay's on the field, and then Claypool comes out on the field. I was like, oh, okay. It just looks. It just feels like that team is stacked low key. Yeah. Even though we're not really big on those Steelers wide receivers, but who are you excited to watch for your Washington football team? I mean, Dynamite Brown for sure.
Yeah, De'Ami Brown, someone I'm looking out for. A guy I've talked to you guys a lot about is Jarrett Patterson. He is a running back out of this year's draft. He didn't get drafted. He was an unrestricted free agent, undrafted, sorry. And he was signed by Washington. I just think he's got the opportunity to kind of fill in a Nyheim Hines role, to take over the J.D. McKissick role. So that is something that I'm definitely going to be looking out for. There's so many players that I'm going to be looking out for, but that's because it's my team.
Yeah.
So nothing unusual so far. I think maybe the one thing that is a little bit unusual, actually, no, everything that's happened so far is quite usual. You'll probably see this in a lot of your dynasty drafts. We didn't randomize this one, no. So the reason we haven't been randomizing, guys, is because we don't want to kick people out of these mock drafts. Yeah. And that's what happens when you randomize. Also, anyone who's watching is like, hey, how the heck did these guys get into this mock draft? We have a Discord. If you want, comment, say, how do I get into the Discord? And we will be able to send that your way. That way you don't miss out, because that's how you get into these mock drafts, is through our Discord. Let's see. Dave Dixon. I'm so glad that Dave got in. By the way, guys, if you haven't been able to be a part of one of these mocks yet and you want to, DM us, DM Fantasyland Football, and say, hey, I want to be a part of this mock draft tonight, whichever one it's going to be, because we have 4 mock drafts this week.
On Discord as well. So make sure you message us on Discord.
Yeah, on Discord.
Or if you see our individual names, we can definitely do it as well. Yeah,
we'll make sure to get you in there. Badaki's on the clock. I don't know if you know that.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. Chase said my TV blurred for a sec, and I thought Football Ninja just took Chase Edmonds at the 201. That's funny. No, you got your boy Clyde. Clyde the Dream. Wait, Clyde the Dream. That doesn't make any sense. Clyde the Glide.
Clyde the Glide. Got the dream.
Yeah, what's up, my guy? Welcome to the stream. Hey, thanks everybody for watching. 24 people watching. I don't think we've ever had this amount of likes this early on a video on a live stream. So big love. Help us keep going. Drop a like for your boys if you don't mind. So CMC at the 1.3. It seems that Christian McCaffrey is typically a lock to go in the first 7 picks.
Yeah.
Now, in our Dynasty Startup draft that we did, I was so upset because Russell Wilson fell to the guy who took Christian McCaffrey in the first 4 picks. So I hope that doesn't happen again. It could happen, but I was just saying we all let ourselves down. How did we let the guy who got CMC also get Russell Wilson on the turn? It's just not. It's just scary.
Yeah, it definitely was crazy, but look, I'm excited for our next one, whenever that is. I'm excited to have like different people, do a whole nother strategy. I mean, countdown's real. Sheesh.
Well, once this Dynasty League fills, we'll set a draft date and then we'll do the draft order reveal. The other redraft league, that draft date's already set.
Yeah.
And that's for the 28th of August.
That's right.
So I'm pretty hyped. I mean, if you want to play in a league, get in now before it's too late, guys. Once these spots are full with these last spots, these last leagues, we won't do another one. I know we've said that before. Okay, I'm on the board here.
Gibby went for you. I thought he was gonna fall to you there.
No, I was hoping that he did, and now I'm just kind of stuck with some pretty difficult decisions, to be honest. And I think I'm gonna take my wide receiver 1 in Dynasty instead, and I'm gonna grab DK Metcalf here. Yes, he is my wide receiver 1 in Dynasty. I just prefer his situation. I prefer his youth. I prefer the body type that he has to be an elite wide receiver. I still like Tyreek, but in Dynasty, I would prefer to have DK just because of the youth. But it is very close.
Yeah.
But he's picking up his boy Jay Burrow. Are we worried about Joe Burrow? I mean, the reports out of camp have to be at least slightly concerning.
It's definitely concerning, but I think longevity-wise, I think Joe Burrow is going to have a good career. I think, if the offensive line is terrible this year, there's no doubt about it. They're going to be investing in an offensive line all of next year. And yes, that leg does concern me, or that knee does concern me, but I think he's going to do everything in his power to protect it. So is that offensive line. When someone comes back from an injury like that, they need to learn how to protect themselves in those scenarios. So I think that's kind of what he's going to be doing this year.
Not sure they've got the facilities for that, though.
Well, maybe not this year.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that offensive line does not look good in camp.
Yeah. So look, we'll see. I mean, a lot of people don't look good in camp, and then they come onto the field week 1 and something crazy, So I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but I guess that's what I'm hoping for.
I get that.
Who knows?
What about the Jamar Chase talks as of recent?
Either way, I think Joe Burrow still has a good connection with Tyler Boyd and with T. Higgins.
I love how you purposely said Tyler Boyd first, just to troll me.
Oh no, not even. I think it's okay.
I know the games you're playing.
I think it's okay because if Jamar Chase is struggling right now, it's okay because he still has 2 good wide receivers that he can rely on.
Yeah.
So, and he got Joe Moneybag Mixon coming back.
All right, let's see. TD Vulture said that he got Wilson at the 210. Yeah. Let's see. Daniel says, in my startup so far, I have CMC, Eckler, Waller, Ayuk, Evans, Tannehill, and also a couple 2022 firsts. Is this good? Yeah, I mean, your bench, it's hard to say without your bench. What we do, by the way, when you sign up to Patreon, we start a DM with you where we answer all your direct questions. So you could actually send us a full screenshot of all your team, and we could kind of break it down, our thoughts for you. We might say this is great, like you've done well. We might say this is what we would have done differently, or we might look to trade this person. So that is something that we just want to let people know. We do provide that service. It's just you have to sign up to our Patreon leagues or Close Friends Plus, either way. But I think, how could you say no? How could you say CMC, Eckler, Waller, Ayuk, Evans, Tannehill is a bad team? I still think that's a very good team, and you got some future firsts. So without seeing the full depth, I think it's a good squad for sure.
Yeah.
Chase is also worried about Joe Burrow. I think there is reason to be worried.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. There's reason to be worried. I think someone that has some stock in Joe Burrow, I'm worried, but I need to be optimistic coming into this season, hoping that he is going to be okay. He's going to rely on these other guys instead of Jamar Chase, and this offensive line probably will be terrible, but he's better than than
It's
majority.
bad when the Bengals defensive line is like, look, they're not like top 15. I believe they lost Geno Atkins as well. And now, there's reports coming out that their offensive line can't even stop their defensive line. So there's definitely a reason to be worried. All right. So Trey Lance at the 210. I'll be honest. I think Trey Lance at the 210 is a really, really good pick. Some people might say too early. They're probably not aware of what's going to happen this year with Trey Lance. He looks amazing in camp. Looks amazing. I don't know how long, Jimmy Garoppolo will hold on to that starting position. Little hint here. If you do grab Trey Lance early, I would suggest later on, not anytime soon, but later on in the draft, you should probably try and grab Jimmy G just so you have that starter at all times. And by the way, if Jimmy G does get traded, he could be traded and he could be a starter on a lot of teams. So he's still a valuable guy to draft. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think it just depends on where he goes. It's really hard for me to picture Jimmy G going to any other team after the 49ers. I mean, if you guys don't draft a quarterback, maybe Jimmy G goes to Washington. That's not exciting. I'm trying to think of somebody else.
Well, that's just rude.
Texans. If Deshaun Watson gets traded and Davis Mills is terrible and Tyrod Taylor doesn't work out, maybe he goes there. I can't think of any other teams off the top of my head. Maybe he goes to Steelers and Steelers don't get a quarterback. I don't know, but
maybe there's a lot of places he could land, and then you could cover for Trey Lance while he's waiting, and then you could have a future starting quarterback as well because he'll change teams probably. There's not a very likely scenario where Jimmy G is still on that team next year.
Yeah.
So interesting conversation. I'm glad that we're talking about it. Let's see. I was pleasantly surprised that Travis Etienne fell to me. If I can get him here at the 3.6, I'll take him every time over all the running backs that were on the board there. There is something that I typically do in the third round. I had to divert that strategy to get my elite wide receiver. So we'll see if it bites me in the ass later on.
Yeah.
Chase says, I do like Joe Burrow a lot. I guess I'm worried about this year specifically. He should have an awesome career for sure. It isn't a tough injury to bounce back from, so we'll see how he does. Lance Kittle stack. Yep, I like that Lance Kittle stack. What a start for me. Yeah, I'm pretty hyped. Justin Herbert, DK Metcalf, Travis Etienne. I'm more than satisfied with that start. Daniel said he's on the 1.3, so he's just on a different account.
Oh, okay.
A lot of hype for the Travis Etienne train. I hope I have contributed to the hype in the fantasy community. I talk about him pretty much every time we do Dynasty or SuperFlex, talk about being in love with him. So, I mean, hopefully I've contributed to your belief in Travis Etienne. What are you thinking about doing here when your pick comes next? What's the thought process?
I'm looking at a tight end, but I'm also looking at a running back. I'm not excited about any of these guys, but how can I not take? Let me just see. So Kyle Pitts just went. Let me look at my rank.
Yeah, that's what I was going to potentially do, was take Kyle Pitts there in the third, but that's what happens when you take an elite wide receiver in the second. You kind of have to change strategies a little bit to get a running back in there.
Well, I think this makes it easy. This is just like my team that I drafted in our actual Dynasty startup with the community.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have like a lot of these players in our actual real leagues with our followers.
Did I draft one? No, I drafted 110, and I'm getting this at 111. So, people are falling on Saquon. People are falling on Joe Burrow. Darren Waller.
Anyone's falling on Saquon here. Well, what? I mean, Cook, Kamara. Maybe you could have taken Saquon over those guys, but nothing crazy.
Yeah. Now I go with running back. This is interesting because Joe's on the board.
Mm-hmm.
But right after Joe, for me in my rankings, is someone that's really fun. Which I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, if this offensive line is really terrible and shouldn't be going good, then maybe I shouldn't take Joe and I should probably go my other guy. I'm going to go my other guy.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me just double check.
Got 10 seconds here.
This is so interesting. I don't think there's a wrong answer.
Gator wants to know, he's balanced. What do we think of his start early on? I think it's a good start. Lamar, Diggs, Chubb, all great options and good value there where you got them. It'll be interesting to see how the draft board falls though. So you took Javonte.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
was
what I thought. I was just curious because there's still one person on the board that I thought you would have potentially taken over him. But you obviously went,
he's not
an effort to go youth.
He's not technically in that tier for me.
Okay.
If we're talking about that person, so yeah, he's not on that tier. So I took Javonte.
Okay.
Oh, change the atmosphere. Talk it up.
I
have too much power.
There's a couple questions in the chat I want to address. I can't get myself into drafting Etienne. I don't know if I can picture him being a workhorse. That's totally okay. I am so glad that people think that way because it's allowed me to draft him in more drafts. I have a lot of confidence in Etienne. I'm starting to like CMC now with the top 5 pick and then going Russ or Lance in the second. I don't think that's a bad strategy at all. Russ or Lance in the second round, getting CMC. If it works out for you that way, the very real scenario is none of those quarterbacks are available. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not crazy to say that Fields, Lance, Wilson could all go by 2.6. That's not crazy. A lot of people do double quarterback strategy. Dad 30 says, why didn't anyone go QB? Is that a bad strategy? No, it's not a bad strategy.
No.
I think it's people trying different things in a mock, seeing how things could potentially fall. I don't think it's wrong to go quarterback. I think it just depends on the players that are on the board, how you feel about them. I mean, look, I don't ever take Kelsey in Dynasty, but come on, he's right there. How do I not take him at the 4-7? So to speak on the quarterback strategy, it's absolutely not the wrong strategy to do. If you want to go first pick quarterback, second pick quarterback in a super flex league, that can be a very important strategy. But I think we may have seen an example of people reading the board. Okay. You always see those first 5 quarterbacks go in the first 7.
Yeah.
But then you see from 1.8 to 1.12, not everyone goes for a quarterback. So you can see maybe some people's strategies, they're reading the board, they're seeing the talent still there, and they're going to take a risk to get their second quarterback later on. So it really depends on the league. Everyone's league is different. Everyone's strategy is different. Some people believe in trying to grab your second quarterback, rounds 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Other people think, hey, let's get 2 quarterbacks in the first 3. So no, there's not a wrong strategy. I think it always depends on how the board is falling, though.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it all depends on how it falls and what you want to do in your draft strategy. Do you want to go youth? Do you want to go older? Like, for example, Football Ninja, Matthew Stafford, an older quarterback with Ryan Tannehill, kind of pushing still that older quarterback tier.
But those guys are still young enough that you don't need to worry about them.
Exactly. So they're kind of in that middle, but Football Ninja, if he had this team, he should be looking to get a young quarterback and taking a young quarterback in the next 1 or 2 years in the rookie drafts. Right.
So yeah, I don't think honestly, there are so many different strategies. By the way, guys, we're gonna release a podcast. We're recording a podcast after this.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know, we have a podcast. It's on all podcast platforms. Fantasyland Football. You can find us anywhere. We're going to record a podcast, and today's podcast is called Championship Draft Strategies, okay? And we're going to be talking specifically about redraft leagues, but we're going to be talking about all the different draft strategies, what they mean, how they could potentially work, and then Badaki and I are going to choose 2 and actually outwork them in a mock draft for you. So that will be released on YouTube. It will be released on a podcast. I'm really, really excited to talk about that, and I think it's something unique that we haven't done yet, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. Yeah, that should be really. I cannot believe Aaron Jones went all the way to 412. That's crazy.
Oh boy. I mean, that was the guy that I was up in the air with.
Wow. I mean, look, if your team won right now, bro, this is a joke. Look at team 1. It's a wrap. This is over. This is over. Patrick
Mahomes,
Mahomes,
Wilson.
Justin Jefferson, J.K. Dobbins, Aaron Jones, Zach Wilson. It's a
Yeah,
wrap. We might as well end the video.
that's
Nah,
kind
I'm
of
kidding.
crazy.
But that is a really good way to start. All right. So someone had a question. Mark H. What's up, Mark H? He said, "What is your outlook for Dave Monty?" David Montgomery just went off the board at 5.2, so let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I am more skeptical of him in Dynasty than you are, and I'll let you kind of explain why you're, I guess,
Well,
not worried, but you're happier to take him than
yeah,
me.
I think I'm just happy to take him because I think the outlook of Monty for me is I think he's a talented running back enough to, if he doesn't get re-signed with the Bears or get a contract extension, I think he could be successful anywhere he does go. And then once Justin Fields gets onto the field, I think that also helps, Monty's value, and that also helps him, become a better running back, and the whole offense just taking that next leap that it needs to take. I think we saw Monty's absolute ceiling last year. Running back 5, running back 4, something like that. That was his absolute ceiling. I think for me, at best, I think you can get Monty, or Monty will probably finish as a top 8 to 13, 14 running back, which I don't think is terrible from where you're getting him right now at the 5.2. I mean, how many running backs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19th running back there, kind of with the hope that he can finish between.
How is he ranked for you in Dynasty then? Because
In
he's my RB21 in Dynasty.
Let me just pull that up. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I think the David Montgomery conversation is a very interesting one because there's one side of the conversation where it's like, well, hey, do you believe Justin Fields is who everyone thinks he could be? Because if he is, then this offense is going to be much better, and they're going to have more scoring opportunities. And David Montgomery showed last year that he's a guy that they would want to be a part of this team long term.
Yeah.
The other side of the coin is, David Montgomery had the easiest schedule last year, and now he's being overdrafted because there wasn't really anyone in that offense to take away touches in the backfield. So there is two sides of the conversation. I get both sides. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. I'm not so sure that David Montgomery is this next generation talent. I think we can all agree he's not, but
yeah.
He's obviously a very good running back. But how long? Because this is the reason that I'm worried in Dynasty, right? For you to get a second contract as a quarterback, typically you have to be a very, very good running back. Sorry, as a running back. Typically you have to be very good at your position. Otherwise, it's like, hey, thanks for seeing out your rookie contract. We appreciate you, but we can probably replace you in the draft. So that is kind of the worry for me on this David Montgomery train. You're a little bit more happy to take him though. But where is he in Dynasty for you?
For me, he's my RB19.
RB19. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have Miles Sanders above or below David Montgomery?
I have Miles above. He's my RB18.
What about Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs? Who do you have David above all of those guys?
Give me 1 second. Let me just make my pick. Sorry.
Okay. That's all right. I just want to let people know where I am. I have Miles Sanders, Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs all ahead of David Montgomery. So there's a little bit of worry for me. But I understand the people who are not worried. There are two sides to this coin for sure. Super interesting to see OG Gangles, who goes three quarterbacks in a row, 3.8, 4.5, and 5.8. Not the wrong strategy by any means. It'll be interesting to see what the running back, wide receiver, and tight end depth look on this team when we give out draft grades at the end.
Yeah. For me, just to go back to that question, I have Monty over Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs at the moment.
Really?
Yeah. So, but they're all stacked back together. So it's Monty, Austin, JJ.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, I gotta take Jacobs and Eckler for sure.
Yeah, I think in a dynasty perspective, I don't know how long Eckler has, and so I think I'd rather go once again.
He's a pass catching back. I think there's less worries for him, his career, pass catching type back. I
think. I mean, you're right, but I think I would still rather go with the youth in that scenario. Okay. Josh Jacobs.
Sorry.
Continue.
You're good. What's up, R. Moraiti? I don't know how to say your name, my guy, over there on Twitch. He said, "Yo, how is your guys' days going? Love the stream. Appreciate the love, my guy. Our days are going well. We woke
Mm-hmm.
up. We premiered a video over there on YouTube. If anyone hasn't seen it yet, it's called the Overhyped Train. Essentially, we talked about players who are too overhyped this year that we are probably going to avoid because of their ADP. Go check that out on YouTube after this if you'd like. It's our highlighted video there. And now we're doing a live stream, and then we're going to record a podcast afterwards. So it's a good day. I mean, we're talking football all day, hanging out with the community. Cannot complain. Thanks for joining the stream, bro. Um, let's see. Corey says Tannehill and Stafford are good for the next 5 years for sure. They're good quarterbacks. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't have a career like that. What do you think of taking Jacobs versus Carson? Personally, I'm taking Josh Jacobs over Chris Carson every time in Dynasty. Badaki, what do you think?
I'm taking Josh Jacobs over Chris Carson as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just once again youth.
Here's how
he's talented.
I feel like the Josh Jacobs. This is a guy who finished as an RB8 last year, guys. And now because of the signing of Kenyon Drake, no disrespect to Kenyon Drake.
Yeah.
But are we really worried that Kenyon Drake is going to outshine Josh Jacobs? If you are, you probably did not watch much of last year, at least the first half of last year. Drake was decent in the second half, but I mean, this is a guy still on his rookie contract. The coaching staff speaks very highly of. I think he's pretty in a very good spot to get a second contract. And we're worried about him because of Kenyon Drake. I think and I could be very wrong. We could be wrong about all of our takes, but It's just our thought processes. I am taking Josh Jacobs in a lot of drafts, in a lot of formats. I'm just going to capitalize on people's worries, and I'm going to be okay to do that.
I think in a PPR perspective, I mean a redraft perspective, I think if I'm not mistaken, I don't have my rankings up in the redraft, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to take Chris Carson over Josh Jacobs.
Okay.
I just think there's good opportunity. I think he's going to be more involved. Once again, hopefully, if he stays, this is all based on if he stays healthy. Okay.
Yeah.
If Chris Carson can stay healthy every single year,
we don't know that.
Yeah, every single year he outperforms his ADP. There's always something. I mean, surely this is the year my guy can stay healthy.
Look,
surely.
It's not crazy in redraft. I get it. You know, I actually have Jacobs one spot higher than Carson in a redraft league. So I totally understand that perspective. So I'm at a point right now. This is everyone who's watching. What you need to know is when you gamble on not getting your second quarterback, you could end up in a position like me. Everyone on the board, I don't want to take here in the 6th round. I don't want to like reach for one of these quarterbacks that I'm not in love with in the 6th round. So you could learn something from me and potentially draft better. It's always fun to try these strategies though. But I'm going to get a guy that I'm obviously obsessed with. You guys have heard me talk about him on the podcast, on YouTube, on live streams. You know who it is. It's T. Higgins. I love T. Higgins in Dynasty and honestly in redraft. I think he's being underdrafted in redraft as well. In Dynasty, T. Higgins is my wide receiver 15. So to get him as the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 is value for me. Some people would say that's too high. I am very happy to take him in the middle of the 6th round.
Right.
But again, I am very upset at myself that I don't have a second quarterback already. Like I just know that's not going to look good for me.
I don't have a second quarterback either, and at the moment I'm okay with it. I think if you guys know me, there's a guy that I always take in the middle rounds here, and I'm okay with it. And it's not because it's like a guy that I like and he's like on my team that I follow, but it's just I genuinely believe that he'll be decent.
Yeah, I also just want to quickly talk about the bonus podcast that were released to our Patreon, supporters over there.
Okay.
I just want to quickly let you guys know that when we do those bonus podcasts and we talk about the league, we will give general advice, but we can't tell you the exact things to do on a live stream. There's a couple of reasons why, okay? The first reason is we don't want too much power, okay? We don't want that much power over these leagues. If Badaki and I were to tell someone, hey, you should trade Russell Wilson, everyone in the league has access to that stream. They're going to see that, that will lower the value of Russell Wilson, but it will also give us too much power, right? Um, Second thing is you guys need to know that the reason we have these fantasy hotlines set up where you can directly contact us in a DM is for that personalized direct advice. You can send us, stuff about your team. We can say, hey, I would probably do this specifically. That way you can have the advice, but it's not given to everyone in the community. So you're at a disadvantage. And also on those bonus podcasts, they're going to be about so many different things, okay, throughout the year. We're going to give you, so basically, like when we talk to people about trade targets, there will be bonus trade targets on the bonus podcast, waivers, literally everything that we covered, there will be bonus content that only you have access to. It won't be just covering draft reviews. So I just want to let people know these bonus podcasts on Patreon, they're in a very early stage. So don't worry, they are going to evolve. And also, we always want to make sure we give the people what they want.
That's
So
right.
if you want something in particular to be on the bonus podcast, just hit us up. Let us know, and say, hey, I'd actually love to see this on the bonus podcast. And if it's something that we can do that will benefit the entire community, we'll most likely make it happen for you. So I just wanted to clarify on that because I know some people, maybe had questions, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we just it's a hard gray spot because we want to give you as much as advice, but at the same time we don't want to hurt those values of those people on your teams or on other people's teams, just so that everything can be even. So I think if you guys do, I think best advice if you're in one of our leagues or if you're signed up to our Patreon, I think best thing to do instead of asking for advice, with the whole chat and with the whole community, send us a private message and we can give you specifics.
Yeah.
But once again,
I think if it's something specifically about your team, like here on this format, happy to talk about anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if we're specifically talking about your team in our Patreon leagues, it probably helps you to DM us so we can give you personalized advice rather than you to ask it for your whole league mates to hear. Do you know what I mean? You never want to be at a disadvantage with your strategies.
Yeah. So I think that's probably the best thing. So just send us a message if you're already part of our Patreon, in a Discord, and you have a private chat with us, then just send us a message on that, and then we're happy to answer any of the questions that you have.
Hell yeah. Dave Dixon's, he says, I kind of want a good grade in my first mock with you guys, but I'll also be drafting with you for real soon, so I don't want to give you all my secrets.
Yeah.
Ooh, keeping the cards close to the chest.
You got to, you don't want to give too many secrets away. But I mean, that's exactly why I'm drafting my exact same team in my no.
Wow, look at this guy.
Mental. Well, it actually really depends.
Shout out to everybody watching the stream. Really, genuinely do appreciate you showing up. If you're not subscribed yet, subscribe. We are doing 4 live mock drafts this week. 4, okay? 2 Dynasty, 2 redraft. If you want to be a part of them, join our Discord. And everyone who's a part of these mock drafts right now are in our Discord. I can't believe we're already on 32 likes. Normally, that's what we get like a couple days after the stream. That means so much. Thank you so much. If you haven't dropped a like, please do so if you don't mind. That's just going to help us reach more people and grow the family here. Mark H says, would you trade T. Higgins for Elijah Moore straight up? Come on, y'all. No. There's no way. Okay, there's a couple reasons. One, I love Elijah Moore. We always talk about how much we love Elijah Moore. But this is getting to the point where you have a proven guy in T. Higgins now. I think he's proven. Elijah Moore, we know he's talented, but we haven't seen anything yet in the NFL. I'll give you an example. Like Badaki and I, we did a trade. I had Michael Pittman. You had Elijah Moore. I gave you Elijah Moore. You gave me Michael Pittman in a first. So I think, Michael Pittman, those kind of players around that tier is more the conversation to be having rather than T. Higgins. I mean, look, I don't think that you should make that trade. But Aki, you might see it differently. What do you think? T. Higgins for Elijah Moore straight up? We can't do that, right?
I don't think it's straight up, but I think if you want to make that trade, then, I think hold on, I'm on the clock now, and this is exactly who I wanted. One thing I can tell you is that Elijah Moore and T. Higgins, you're right. T. Higgins is quote unquote proven because he's been in the league. You can kind of see what he can do. He has Joe Burrow. now, and then Zach Wilson is unproven. Elijah Moore is unproven with this whole new Jets offense. For me, I guess I'm on a different. I feel like I'm a little bit biased, but I think Elijah Moore is extremely talented. I think he's going to be a great fantasy wide receiver and a top tier guys. Kind of like, I mean, if you look at who came before him from that school, DK Metcalf and all those other guys,
they're completely different players.
100%, 100%. But I'm just a lot higher than Elijah Moore. So I think I would throw something else, because you're right. T. Higgins and Elijah Moore straight up doesn't seem fair. So
like, you should at least be getting one first and something else if you're gonna do Elijah Moore, T. Higgins in a swap.
Yeah, exactly. So you throw in something a little bit more. But
you're talking to someone who's like, T. Higgins is definitely going to be a my guy this year, and Elijah Moore is, someone that we both love. But I think trading T. Higgins for for Elijah Moore straight up would be a mistake in my opinion. But honestly, anything can happen, and it always does. That's Dynasty for you.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the comment. Thanks for or the question, Mark.
I think it just depends on who you believe in more. If you believe in T. Higgins, then that's great. And if you believe in them equally, and you believe in Elijah Moore and what Zach Wilson is going to do.
So, I'll just cut you off, because even if you believe in Elijah Moore and T. Higgins equally, that doesn't mean that you trade them equally.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. If you believe in them, then you're gonna have to make moves that like maybe you're not gonna like, or moves that like something that.
We see it differently.
Yeah, he doesn't think that, but that's okay.
Well, no, the thing is, I agree. Like, you need to make moves for people that you like, but also you don't need to sacrifice your future of your team. Make sure the move makes sense for you. That's what a lot of people get caught up in. They make a move just because they love a player, and then it probably bites them in the ass later on. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to make a move, do it, but make sure that it's the right move for your team. Oh, so Mark says, great, thank you. I'm trying to get T. Honestly, I would feel comfortable trading Elijah Moore for T. Higgins if I could get T. Higgins. I'm comfortable with that. Do I know that it's going to work out? No, but that's a trade that I would unquestionably hit accept right now if it was sent to me. Badaki?
And what would I be? What?
He's getting T. Higgins. So if he's getting T. Higgins and it's Elijah Moore for T. Higgins straight up, are you comfortable with that?
I think, once again, it's how you value him. If you think that T. Higgins is going to be a lot better, and Elijah Moore in reality maybe means nothing to you, or you don't believe he's going to have that same value as T. Higgins, then do the trade. If it was the other way around, I would be giving more to get Elijah Moore for T. Higgins, if that makes any sense.
Okay. I just drafted someone that I have desperately tried to get in a lot of leagues. Unfortunately, I don't have him in any.
Not really. Not really. You didn't desperately try.
Not in the league with you, because I know you're going to try and screw me. But I have desperately tried to get him.
Comment a live stream.
What?
I said one sus comment a live stream.
What comment?
One sus comment a live stream.
Wait, what did I say? Did I say something sus?
You're gonna screw me.
Oh, you're gonna screw me. Yeah, there's always one sus comment out there, unfortunately. Anyway, I love Laviska. I've tried to get him. I feel like I've done my best, but I'm not sure that the owner of a Laviska Shenault should move him. Honestly, if you have him, his value's probably going to be higher next year. You know what I mean? So it makes sense. But I didn't desperately try with you, because sometimes that doesn't really work out for us.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't. I mean, just gotta take a chance.
Are we switching to 30 seconds? Yes, we will switch to 30 seconds. Just so everyone knows, when it hits my next pick, Badaki, if you could help remind me, we will switch the clock to 30 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who was this year's rookie redraft? Who was the 1.12? So this year's rookie redraft. TD Vultures, could you clarify the question? Do you mean like rookie drafts? Because rookie and redraft is a little bit confusing. Do you mean this year's rookie draft? Who was 1.12? Let us know. Melvin Gordon, where did Melvin Gordon go? At the 8.9.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it personally.
Look, no, I definitely wouldn't do Melvin. Bro, what's crazy is that like, you know how we did that take? It was like Melvin or Javonte. That's actually been like really resonating with me. In sounds weird, but
Yeah,
you
it
know,
does. Go ahead.
you know what I mean when I say that. But I've actually really been thinking about it. It's like, man, can Melvin actually bring me some sort of fantasy value in the late rounds in a redraft perspective? And that's actually really exciting. Hey, someone subscribed to you, I think.
Hey, what's up, John? John Cena's child.
John Cena. We need a John Cena sound. Come on, talk to that.
Hey, man, thanks so much for the follow. Really, really appreciate it. I'm pretty sure that was over there on Twitch.
Yeah, that was on Twitch, man.
Subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch. Really, really appreciate the love. Thanks for the support there. I'm surprised at how far Deontay Johnson falls in dynasty drafts. You know what? Honestly, now that I look at the board, I don't think he really fell. I think that's proper value.
Deontay, man.
It's so hard to know. You know what's crazy? Like, we are constantly saying, like, in dynasty, we're trying to avoid these Steeler wide receivers. What happens if Aaron Rodgers goes to Pittsburgh? What happens if Deshaun Watson goes to Pittsburgh? It's probably not going to happen, right? These scenarios it's more likely someone from the draft or a free agent next year. But what happens, man? I mean, we don't know if that was probably not going to happen, but those wide receivers' values would skyrocket.
I forgot to change the time, but just do it on my pick.
Shit.
That's my bad. That's my bad. We got deep into the conversation, but
don't get too deep. Pause.
Wait, what?
All right, so let's answer some of these questions in the chat. So, Vulture's question was this year's rookie redraft. Who was the 1.12? So rookie redrafts are really hard to say who exactly went at certain positions because every team is going to need something different in a rookie redraft. I think players that I saw go at the 1.12 was Rashad Bateman. It was a lot of the wide receivers. So Rashad Bateman, Jalen Waddle. Who else kind of fell around there? I know like a Michael Carter was around there sometimes. I know Trey Sermon wasn't even close because
Bateman. Did you say Bateman?
Yeah, I said Bateman. I don't think Elijah Moore was there because the hype wasn't that high yet. So I think those were kind of like the players that were around the 1.12 this year, but it really does depend on the league. I know that like Mac Jones was also around there. I think Zach Wilson was around there. I could be mistaken, but I think a lot of people slept on Zach Wilson early on before the draft when it was just the rookie drafts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and change the timer.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Good looks, I don't know what to do here. Scheiße. Halt Scheiße. I used to live with this German guy.
Okay, you're on.
He told me how to say shit in German.
Was it Scheiße?
Scheiße?
Doesn't sound. I feel like that is like what they always do in German movies. They just say Scheiße. Like surely that's like in Australian movies. The Australian accents are terrible. Like no one does an Australian accent well from America. Surely that's the same with this whole Germany situation. Michael Pittman off the board.
Pittman. Can't believe I have freaking Elijah Moore.
You don't have Elijah Moore in this mock.
I'm talking about like in our other league. Sorry, I'm thinking about my other team, and it's like, oh, I got Michael Pittman. I remember taking Michael Pittman. I was like, oh, I was pumped.
Yeah, now he's gone.
Now he's gone, and it's just like, man, I'm actually really okay with that.
We'll see. We'll see at the end of this year how it looks. The trade we make. Who knows how it could look. Arnav says, what's the possibility that Melvin Gordon, the veteran and more experienced player, outperforms Javonte Williams in training camp and maybe the regular season too? Well, I can tell you thus far that he has not outperformed in training camp. That's just thus far. Javonte Williams, like every report about him out of training camp is that he's literally the full package. Like even the small things like can he block for your quarterback? Like everything I've heard out of camp is Javonte Williams is literally able to do everything.
Yeah.
So now Melvin Gordon could still look good in camp, right? But what is the possibility that Melvin Gordon is the more valuable running back, I personally would say it's pretty low because they don't have to invest anything into Melvin after this year. It's probably wise for them as a team, as a franchise, to look towards the future. But we also dropped a video on this, didn't we, Badaki? I think
Yeah.
it's
I think it's a really good conversation that we had, the Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams, because I was actually on the side with Melvin. Like I was siding. I was like, bro, this guy did amazing. You know, he not amazing, but he did decent for where he was getting drafted last year. You know, like I just think that there's opportunity for Melvin this year. That's why I said it earlier. You know, Melvin, sounds weird, but I've been thinking about Melvin and taking him in these late rounds in a redraft, not dynasty, in a redraft perspective, because he could bring some sort of value.
Yeah, I get it. Personally, I just cannot take Melvin Gordon in any scenario, and I think that's because of how much I believe in Javonte.
Yeah, I believe in Javonte as well.
He was literally my favorite guy that I scouted this offseason.
I think
there's no one that I enjoyed more than scouting him.
We both believe in Javonte. Like, and the running backs for me is definitely Javonte, and then wide receivers is Elijah Moore. I mean, I took Javonte Williams here at the 4-2 over a lot of good people: Joe Mixon, Aaron Jones, Monty, Josh Jacobs, Miles Sanders, like all these guys that are still kind of in their prime, young-ish. You know, so with the upside with Monty there, with Javonte Williams, could be crazy.
Yeah, I've got a league where I have Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams, Travis Kelce, Kyle Pitts, and I was just like loading up.
You had Travis Kelce?
Young talent. Oh, sorry, I meant Kyle Pitts. What did I say?
You said Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce and Kyle Pitts. I was like, wait, what?
I meant T. Higgins and Kyle Pitts.
Okay.
My bad. I just loaded up on everyone that I loved. We did get a subscriber so far on the YouTube live stream as well. It didn't pop up. I think YouTube has this thing where, like, if you don't publicly reveal your name on your account, then it won't let us up. So show that you subscribe. But whoever it was, big thank you for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. It says, you like Elijah Moore back? You hit me up, bro. Come on, man. I don't know if I would. I mean, I don't know how freaking high you are on Elijah Moore and how much you know. So
and how much you know, that just sounds weird. That sounds like you're like holding back from him.
No, I mean like how much like he knows that I like him. You know, like if you know somebody is a Giants fan and or whatever fan,
right,
and wants somebody on that team just because they're a big fan, you're gonna try to sell them super high, just because you know.
No, that makes sense.
So
let's see. Okay, OBJ. OBJ at the 10-10. Is that proper value for OBJ? Or are we underdrafting OBJ? Is there still a good career left for him?
I think there's still a good career left for him. If you really look at it, I mean, career, maybe 2 years at best.
Wow.
Sounds crazy.
Harsh.
It is harsh, but Ray talking. I said he's not taking all the trade block. He's not on the trade block. Mental. Get me out, Chase.
It's mental.
Just classic.
Hey, big love to everyone who's still watching. Genuinely do appreciate the support, the love. We got 3 more mock drafts coming this week. And if you want to sign up, son of a bitch.
You wanted Jameis?
I was really wanting Jameis here as my 3rd quarterback. Now I got to make some really tough decisions.
I'm in the club, pilot. I don't know why.
I was gonna take him there. So, well, damn it. It's the worst when like the player that you want makes it like 2 picks or like the last pick before you, and then you're like, cool. Well, this is pain.
Bleacher Report here. Matthew Stafford's rocket to Van Jefferson. Wow.
Oh, you had me worried. I thought he was injured.
No.
Okay.
It's just a little highlight. Say back on the field, boys. Talk it up. Come on. That's why I wore the jersey today, because Saquon Barkley is. I mean, I don't know if he's officially off the pub list. I haven't.
He's off the. Well, no one's on a pub list. Because I mean, pub list sounds like something where you're going to a VIP event at a pub, but the pub list.
That's what I said. I was like,
you
wait,
said
what?
pub list.
I mean, sorry. I mean, maybe I didn't pronounce that.
No, really? It's just like when you say Colt Beasley. Badaki says Colt Beasley.
Colt Beasley. But yeah, he's officially off the pup list.
There you go.
And I'm just really excited. That's why I wore the jersey today. If you don't know, now you know I love Saquon Barkley. This is actually my first jersey I bought since Eli Manning.
Sheesh.
That's crazy, right?
R.I.P. Am I right?
Yeah, I miss you, Eli. And I hate buying jerseys of people that aren't on one team, like the whole team, their whole career. But Saquon Barkley is actually the first player I genuinely, truly like, just as a player. No matter where he goes, I think I'm always going to support the man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. And that's
what
weird.
What if he goes to the Washington football team?
I mean, it's
best move of his life. Some would say.
I mean, I'm gonna hate it, but it's they say, oh man, I really hope you do well in Washington.
Interesting that it went Debo and then Elijah Moore. It's interesting. Debo first and Elijah Moore. I'm so curious to see what Debo's season will look like, because there is reason to have expectations.
Oh, no doubt about it.
I honestly don't know what's going to happen with Debo.
No doubt about it. I think who knows? There's a lot.
I've seen some stuff out of camp where apparently everyone is saying out of camp he is like the player everyone's talking about.
Oh, I was going to say the opposite.
Really?
I've heard, well, from what I've read, maybe I'm not seeing the tweets that you're seeing or whatever, articles, whatever that you're seeing, but I'm seeing that Brandon Ayuk is outshining. And I mean, this is every freaking beat writer is probably going to say
here's
this
the issue with
outshining.
Beat writers. Will say anything that they want. Like, it could be one play and Brandon Ayuk looks really good. And they're like, oh, yeah, Ayuk is outshining. You know what I mean? You're on the clock. You have 10 seconds to make a pick.
I'll take Hollywood. I don't mind Hollywood. Hey.
But yeah, honestly, I've heard from many sources that Debo is like the talk of camp. He has been the highlight for everyone. But as we can now see, any beat writer could say anything. Mm-hmm. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I would like to know what they're saying about Debo. But yeah, because I've seen videos and everything. I don't know if you've seen videos or like clips of Jimmy G and Ayuk and Trey Lance and Ayuk, but I haven't seen anything of either two quarterbacks with Debo, which is fine. Like, maybe people just aren't capturing it. But to see that connection,
Debo's a low key guy now. Like, people aren't, that Ayuk is a shiny new toy for good reason.
Yeah,
but I think that could be a big reason why.
Yeah. See, David says I heard the same, but Debo seems underwhelming.
That's crazy. I've literally heard so many good things about Debo in camp.
Yeah, so I don't know, maybe
so interesting.
But who knows? I mean, I'm
gonna try and find some of the stuff I've been reading. Okay, so I feel like I've literally taken a gamble every round on quarterback, and every round I've just been screwed over. And there's just no one I want. I don't want to spend a 12th round pick on Jordan Love, with all due respect.
Hater, bro.
Do you know? It's not hater. It's just
get Big Ben,
straight
man.
Facts. I don't need Big Ben on my team.
1 year wonder, man.
Just gonna keep getting guys I believe in.
Come on, baby. Talk it up.
Darnell Money Mooney. All right, let me try and find these tweets. It's so interesting that you said that. I thought we'd be on the same page.
No, well, I'm interested to see what you're seeing, because I haven't seen any of the talk of Debo.
Try and find it.
So, come on, say. Bro, how pumped is it, man? Come on, boys. Talk it up. Saquon Barkley. The man is different. He is. He's different. Oh, there he goes. I'm in the club, Holly. Oh man, this is just getting hype. I'm ready for the talk it up, boys. If you guys do not know, if you're watching here, the 22 people watching, I think that's combined with YouTube and Twitch. Zach and I are starting a talk show where we're going live every Sunday night football and hopefully Thursday night football, live here on Twitch and on YouTube, where we're going to be talking about everything that's happening throughout the game, everything that's happened throughout the weeks, throughout that Sunday and Thursday, whatever the case may be. We're just going to talk it up. Talk it up. The show's called Talk It Up. We're really excited. We put a lot of time and effort into this. We're going to have not just Zach and I, but a couple of our really close friends, to kind of just come here, bring atmosphere, talk fantasy football, talk about anything that we want to talk about. And the community, obviously, you can definitely be a part of it. That's going to be starting. We haven't really officially, we don't know if we're going to be restarting on the opening game or the first Sunday night game.
Probably the first Sunday night game.
Yeah. So it's still up in the air right now, but for sure the first Sunday night game is going to be there, no doubt about it. But if we do have the opening for Thursday night, then Cowboys Bucks, and that's also great. But yeah, we're really excited. We cannot wait. Talk it up.
Yeah.
So just thank you.
I couldn't find that specific report on Debo. There was a report I was reading. It was an article. I think it was from CBS San Francisco or something. But basically, the report was highlighting everything that Debo's done this offseason. They think that he's come in. He looks like a real pro. Looks like a real pro. He looks like the most transformed player. He looks like the best wide receiver on the field. I think it was CBS San Francisco. I can't find it. But you know what? The reality is, like we said with these beat writers, anything could be said at any time. Yeah. You know, like, and it's really hard to look too much into what a beat writer tweets. We are now in a place in the world where a beat writer tweets every single play from training camp. You know, they're like, oops, slant over the middle. Oop. This player just ran for 40 yards, touchdown. So anyway, it'll be interesting to see how the Debo Ayuk wide receiver core looks, because there's a real chance that Debo could be the more valuable wide receiver this year. I'm not saying it will happen. I think it's 50-50. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it wouldn't be crazy if this season finished and Debo finished higher than Ayuk.
No, it definitely wouldn't be crazy. I think every single year there's expectation of Debo coming in and finishing the number one receiver on that team, and he's never finished number one. Not that he's never, but
he's finished as a wide receiver one on that team for.
I'm saying, like, he's never been healthy and like kind of really stride and led that team as a full
longevity
season.
Has been the issue.
Exactly. So I think that's kind of the worry. Brandon Ayuk, you know, who knows what's going to happen. I think there's a lot of talks of him playing in the slot. He can be a comfortable guy for Jimmy G or Trey Lance. Same thing with George Kittle. Obviously, George Kittle kind of plays that tight end slot-ish role, so over the middle type guy. So that's actually really exciting to see. Yeah. So I have Ayuk. I have a lot of stock in Ayuk. I don't think I have any stock in Debo.
Yeah, I've only got him in one league, which is the league, our Patreon leagues with these guys.
Take it, Darius Tony here. Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Debo and Ayuk, and we actually released a video on that. I am still not 100% convinced that we're maybe underdrafting Debo or overdrafting Ayuk. I don't know that there's a solid answer either way, but both of those could be possibilities in redraft.
I think I took Ayuk in Dynasty in the 4th, 5th round, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was my first.
I think he's also going around like the 5th round in redraft leagues.
Okay.
It just worries me, the players that he's going around, you know?
Yeah.
Man, the quarterbacks look so disgusting now. It just looks so bad. You only got 2.
Yeah, I only have 2. I'm okay with that.
No, you're not.
I'm okay with that. I don't know about you. I'm okay with it, though. There was something that I was going to say that I thought would be a really good topic. I completely forgot what I was going to say. I'm going to know a little early, but what round should I start doing grades? We'll probably do grades maybe mid-17th. That just feels right here. I guess people kind of let everyone do their thing and then go from there.
Yeah. I'm in the club, like, what are you going to say? Brian Edwards, I love that pick at the 14-4. I mean, look, the hype is either real or you wasted a 14th round pick. So, There's not much to worry about making that pick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just looking.
I don't know why I thought Cole Kmet was still on the board. That's unlucky. There goes Teddy.
Oh, whoa.
Cool.
What today?
I'm gonna
Whoa, I
grab
think Hard
Chuba.
Knocks starts today. Is it the 10th?
Does Hard Knocks start today?
Well,
Are you sure?
technically it's 10th in
No, it'll
American
start
time.
tomorrow.
Start tomorrow for us.
No, for everyone.
Yeah, true. You're right. Da, 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 da. The autumn winds. Da, 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 da. Remember the Raiders one? Da, 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 da. Well, I remember watching that. Remember we were watching that, and you came over to when was it? You came over to my house in 3 Evesham, and then like you spent the night, and we were watching Hard Knocks.
Yeah, the Raiders weren't on Hard Knocks last year, right?
No, it was the year before. It was when you were still in Sydney before you moved
There was
to LA.
Hard Knocks was LA last year. Yeah, so you're right. It was 2 years ago. You were still living in that house with all the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just kept watching the Raiders. That was a good Hard Knocks.
Yeah,
it was interesting to see all the Antonio Brown conversations.
I think that was the year. Yeah, AB was there. That was the year that guy from Last Chance U was there as well. Ollie. And then JJ Abrams.
I'm pretty sure he's not in the NFL anymore. I could be wrong though.
Jonathan Abrams, I think, was a rookie that year, if I'm not mistaken. That was their first pick.
By the way, I mean that pick. Every pick the Raiders have made has been super questionable. Mike Mayock, one of the most interesting guys to listen to on draft night. Maybe not the guy to make the draft picks though.
Well, he was right in a lot of times.
Well, not for the Raiders so far.
Well, not for the Raiders,
GM,
but
he's not been right.
For the draft, he was like, I think, he's gonna go right here. I was like, oh shit, whoa, yeah. And then he goes back to back to back to back. And I was like, oh wow, 4 picks, Mike. How'd you know that?
Yeah. No, I think the issue is he just doesn't get it right with his own team.
Yeah, it's just unlucky. I think JJ Jonathan Abrams is decent. It's not terrible.
He's okay. He's not a first round pick talent though.
He just brings the energy,
Mm.
So you like?
Yeah, the quarterback talent now is. If you're looking to get a quarterback, it's shocking. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look good. I'm not even like. I don't really want any of these people at I might not draft another quarterback, to be honest. Yeah, that's a terrible quarterback room for me. Terrible.
Just terrible.
Arna, that's just terrible.
Man, Cowboys.
Grab my guy, Josh.
Man,
25 fab.
Who do I have on the Cowboys? I have CD. I have a lot of CD. I have Mark Cooper stock. Who else do I have? I don't have any Dak or Zeke. So
you know what's funny is like in our first Dynasty League with our followers, Patreon League, I have the following people: Mike Evans, CD Lamb.
Oh no. Who else?
I thought there was more that are playing in the first game, but Mike Evans and CD Lamb. I mean, that still feels like a lot.
Well, I have Amari Cooper and Ronald Jones as
It almost like there's such a mental aspect to the game when you have players in the early games.
Oh, no doubt about it. I hate it.
Oh my god,
I hate it.
I really don't want to have anyone in the early game.
That should be a conversation, bro.
Yeah,
I hate.
But it's always mental.
Oh,
it's never like the right move to not play your stars who are in the early
you're
game.
right. But I think for me, is like I hate when I'm versing somebody and the majority of their team, at least like maybe half of their team, has like the afternoon games.
It's the worst when they have like the afternoon games and the Monday night games.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh my god. And then if your team does terrible and you get like less than 100 points, and you're like, oh, this week just sucks.
Mm-hmm. It's always the fact that we're like, oh, you have like 2 people Thursday night, and then the rest of your team is the early slate on the Monday night game or the Monday or Sunday morning games.
That is the worst, because then you're like, oh, okay. But that's why you should be in multiple leagues, because it's fun being in leagues with a bunch of different people, and you always have different players. I just love rooting for every player. Gator says Taysom Hill could be a sneaky stash, especially with the rushing upside. He definitely could be a sneaky stash.
Sneaky.
Yeah. it's so hard to see Taysom Hill having a proper quarterback career. You know what I mean? I just don't see him not being the utility guy.
I don't know. I mean, I feel the same way with Jameis. Not
Jameis
utility.
never been the utility. Oh.
I know. I said not utility,
What?
but just like I just feel the same way for like, oh,
I think
Jameis
if
can come
it's
back.
between Jameis and Taysom, who has a chance to have a better quarterback career? I feel like Jameis is probably going to be that guy.
Yeah. Let's eat. What's that? That's W.
Oh God.
Let's eat.
That was shocking. Just turn away. Don't look. Don't watch. You know.
That's like a moment that just makes you uncomfortable. Like you look at it, it's like, oh,
watching
like
it,
secondhand embarrassment. It's like, oh
yeah.
no.
God, please tell me that did not just happen.
The
I loved how his own player was in the huddle. He was like, "What?" He's like, "You know what that is? You know what that? Like, what, bro? What?
Oh no, I just got
auto picked.
Sheesh.
Get wrecked.
Hey, Philip Lindsay. Wow, what a talent.
Hype him up. All right,
wow.
Philip Lindsay on the block. I think we should start giving out draft grades.
Okay.
I think people have enough of a team formulated.
Yeah, I think we should start cutting this to like round 13, maybe. Round 12, potentially. 6.
All right, y'all. Let's do some draft grades.
Mm-hmm. Fam, just
do you want to start with team 1 with Perk?
Yeah. I'll start with Perks here. If you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel or follow us on Twitch. We're actually really excited. We're getting closer to that 900 mark, and then next is that 1,000 mark. So it'd be great for the support. Thank you so much. Team 1, Perks. Here we go, baby. Patrick Mahomes, Zach Wilson.
Friday, baby.
Fuck, baby. Jordan Love, Zach Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Jefferson, Deebo Samuel, Elijah Moore, Michael Gallup, Antonio Brown so far. Bobbing like I'm Dobbins, Aaron Jones, Kareem Hunt, Kenyon Drake, Ramondre Stevenson with Pat the Firemouth Dragon, and Noah Fant. This is a great team. This is a really good team. Yeah. This is no doubt about it. Right off the back is an A team for me. You get 2 great quarterbacks. Your wide receiver starts off great with JJ and Elijah Moore. You know how much I love him. And then the 3 running backs that you have, JK, Aaron, Kareem. This is a mix of win now and kind of like this is not a mix. I think this is a youth team besides Aaron Jones. I think he's probably the only old guy.
Hunt is not all that young. Deebo's not all that young.
What's Kareem? Kareem's like 24, 25, no?
25, yeah. So I think the issue, though, we have to address is the tight end, the wide receiver depth. Those are the 2 things that we should address for sure. But it is a good team. I think it's an A-. I mean, but what did you give it?
Yeah, I think this is an 18, just an A5, because I do like his tight ends and his wide receivers. Okay. I think are strong, and let's not forget there's 3 more rounds to say if this was a real one, he'll probably get more wide receivers or whatever the case may be. So,
yeah. All right, team 2 is Jack. Your quarterbacks are Josh Allen, Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz. Your running backs are Zeke Elliott, David Montgomery, Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert, Elijah Mitchell. Your wide receivers are A.J. Brown, Jamar Chase, DJ Moore, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Russell Gage. Tight ends are Irv Smith and Cole Kmet. I got to be honest, I'm not in love with this team. I don't like the quarterback depth. I love Josh Allen, obviously. I'm not in love with the quarterback depth. I'm not in love with your running back room. You know, Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert, those guys don't excite me in Dynasty. I don't know that I could rely on them in Dynasty. Yeah. Irv Smith, Cole Kmet, I think there's enough there to figure out if one of those guys breaks out. You guys know I love Cole Kmet. But overall, I'm not like super sold on this team, if I'm honest with you, bro. I think, it's weak at running back depth. I'm not in love with DJ Moore. I'm not in love with the wide receivers. So for me, this is a B- team. Okay. What about you?
Okay.
Oh wait, sorry. We're only giving 1 grades.
Yeah.
You go next team.
I think this was Daniel. He was playing on a different account here, or drafting Trey Lance, Derek Carr, James Winston, Jimmy G. He locks up that San Francisco quarterback room. CMC, Joe Moneybag, Mixon, Trey Sermon, Tariq Cohen, and Tevin Coleman so far. I think it falls off after Trey. I don't think Tyreek means nothing. Tevin Coleman means nothing to me. And then you got wide receivers. Your first wide receivers: Terry Hill, Mike Evans, Claypool, OBJ, Brandon Cooks, and Dynamite Brown, with George Kittle and Evan Ingram. I think I like everything besides the depth in your running back room. Even though you did get 2 more, I mean Tariq, I don't see anything. Tevin Coleman, I don't see anything. And then your wide receivers. I like your first 3. I like the Claypool, Mike Evans, and Terry. I think OBJ, like I said, 2 more years. Brandon Cooks. I think this is a kind of average team. I'm just gonna give it a B. It's a pretty just B for me, honestly.
Okay. All right. So we got Dave here. NASB Dave. By the way, if you haven't watched the TV show Dave, it's pretty funny with Lil Dicky. It's actually really quality. Okay. You only got 2 quarterbacks here. Uh-oh. I don't know if I should grade this one. I think there's Hurts there in the 4th, so I'm gonna give this a pretty harsh grade.
Well, I don't mind grading it. Yeah,
I think you should grade it because I'm gonna be biased with the Hurts in the 4th.
Well, just to let you know, Dave, Zach is not a Jalen Hurts fan. He doesn't believe you should take Jalen Hurts in the 4th in the dynasty perspective at all. He would have gone with some other talent. But Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, that's all you have so far. DeAndre Swift, Austin Eckler, Melvin Gordon, Gus Edwards as your running back with Chris Evans down there. A-Rob, Devonta Smith, Julio Jones, Adam Thielen, Will Fuller, Amari Rodgers, Nico Collins, Devontae Parker. I like your wide receiver room right off the bat. No doubt about it. You got a lot of young people with the old vets with Julio and kind of A-Rob and Thielen there. And Will. I think weak part for me is your running backs. I think Melvin in the 8th I wouldn't have taken. I think Damian Harris was already off the board. I mean, who do you take there? It's really hard. So I guess there wasn't much there. I think maybe I would have tried. You got Gus, maybe Raheem, maybe a Kenny and Drake. Maybe you try to. I don't know. I mean, that position there with Melvin Gordon is a bit difficult for me. The Jalen Hurts pick, my personal opinion, I don't think it's a terrible move. I'm still not doing it, but I do think that there's some sort of value in Jalen Hurts. I do have a soft spot for him, but once again, that's not something I'm doing, but I do see why you see value in him here at the 4-9. So this, and by the way, you have Robert Tonyan and Jonnu Smith. I forgot to say your tight ends. But this is probably has to be a B- for me. Once again, the running back room is short. I like your wide receivers, and tight ends is pretty strong in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay.
Tebow fan for you.
Tebow fan.
Tebow. Tim Tebow time.
All right. We got Lamar Jackson, Kirk Cousins, Taysom Hill. So this is another example of someone not prioritizing quarterbacks early, and you can see it definitely hurt the team. Not a strong quarterback room. I had the same issue this draft. Running backs are Nick Chubb, Josh Jacobs, James Robinson, James Conner, Jamal Williams, Ahmed. Wide receivers are Diggs, Adams, Bobby Trees, Bateman, Samuel, Gabe Davis, Tutu Atwell. Tight ends are Logan Thomas, Noah Gray. Okay, so probably the strongest thing about your team is going to be your wide receiver room. Diggs, Adams, Woods, Bateman, Samuel, all great wide receivers in Dynasty, in my opinion. Your weakest position is probably your quarterback depth and probably running back depth. Outside of, Josh Jacobs, Nick Chubb, I don't know what James Conner offers in Dynasty. Same with Jamal Williams. Decent pick at where you picked him, though. But yeah, the clear weakness for me is quarterback depth. And then a solidified tight end. I mean, Logan Thomas, like where you got him, that's great value. So I'm actually not too worried about it. You don't have an elite tight end. But I like the Noah Gray pickup. You guys know I like Noah Gray. So I guess the quarterback and running back depth is my main issue with this team. Taysom Hill as your third quarterback, not really a guy that you're going to be able to rely on a weekly basis, or even when Kirk or Lamar are on a bye week, or if they get injured. Kirk Cousins, how long does he have left to take him in the 7th? It's hard to say. We don't know for sure. But I'm going to have to give this a B- again.
Okay. Cold world.
Oh, world.
Brother Dak, Mac Jones, Teddy B, Gibby, Carson, Mike Davis, Lenny, McKissick, JJ. With Calvin Ridley, CeeDee Lamb. Ooh, that's nasty. That's nasty right there. With Kenny G, Rondell Moore, Henry Huggs, and Christian Kirk. I like your wide receiver room. Running back room falls short for me. I think Mike Davis pick is decent. I understand probably why you went with him there. Let me ask you this question, Zach. You taking Mike Davis or Chase Edmonds in the 8th in the dynasty?
I'll probably take the chance on Chase.
On Chase, okay. Obviously, he went youth there. And then Dallas Goedert with Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper. This is a good team. I actually don't mind it personally. I think where it kind of falls for me is definitely the Mike Davis. What could you have done there differently? Maybe you do go youth in the dynasty perspective, but I understand why you took Mike Davis there, and kind of why you went in that route. Once again, I like your wide receivers. Your tight ends are strong. Your quarterbacks, I guess that's probably another weak part. Teddy B with Mac Jones. If Mac Jones does play either the end of this year or early next year, that's good with Dak Prescott. So I'm just going to give this a B- as well. Once again, running backs really fall short for me.
All right, OG Gangles. You've got Justin Fields, Aaron Rodgers, Tua Tagovailoa. 3 good quarterbacks. No fourth one to cover. You don't necessarily need a fourth one. I think that's a good quarterback room there. Fourth would feel safe, but you don't have to do that. Running backs are Dalvin Cook, Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson, Tony Pollard. This is a weak spot, obviously. David Johnson, Latavius Murray, Khalil Herbert. Your wide receivers are Tyreek Hill, Brandon Ayuk, Corey Davis, Mecole Hardman, Jalen Reagor, and your tight ends are Adam Troutman and Blake Jarwin. So, like I said earlier on, it's going to be interesting to see what the rest of the depth looked like for this team, Badaki. Let's be honest. I mean, the running back and wide receiver depth here, and even the tight ends, we love Troutman, but there's a lot of uncertainty. You definitely took a hit because you took 3 quarterbacks in a row with the depth of your wide receivers and your running backs. So, I wouldn't be comfortable starting a dynasty league with, that depth, but also you kind of have to make decisions. Do you prioritize the quarterbacks or do you prioritize, good wide receiver and running backs? So it's a good team, but that is the clear weakness for me. I still like this team, so it's not a B-, it's a B flat. I think the quarterbacks are going to be really, really good long-term for you.
Okay. The king is revived. I think that's what the RA say. Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Cam Newton with Tyrod Taylor. I think interesting. JT got the king. Ronald Jones, Naeem Hines, Mr. Mack, and Evans. It's really hard for me to say his first name. With Keenan Allen, Cooper Kupp, Jalen Waddle, Robbie Anderson, Brian Edwards, Mac Jones with Mark Andrews and Gerald Everett. It says you skipped over Lockett, wide receiver is actually nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I still would say the same thing. I love Lockett, but I still think that the wide receiver depth could use work. But that's just because I view players a little bit differently, right. And that's okay. Everyone's gonna have different opinions.
For me here would probably have to be the Derrick Henry move. Once again, this could be a win now team. As looking at it, it probably is a win now team. Maybe not with Deshaun Watson, but Keenan Allen, Cooper Kupp, Robbie Anderson, Joe Everett, Cam Newton. It could be a win now team, but once again, I'm not excited about the Derrick Henry move. I definitely would have taken a shot on Javonte or any of these running backs that went in the 5th round or 4th round. Maybe like Joe Moneybag Mixon, I probably would take a chance on there instead of the king. Deshaun Watson falling to the 4-4, and then you get Ronald Jones. 7-9 is decent. I like your wide receiver room. Your tight end room is good. Your quarterback room for me is decent. I'm not a person that likes to take a shot on Deshaun, even though he's crazy value. When he does come back, but for me, this is another B- team. I'm just not in love with it. Not in love.
Okay. And by the way, what I said about the wide receiver room, guys, there's so much room for interpretation, especially in something like Dynasty. We're not here to say we are the end all of analysts. There's so much room. So a lot of people could see it a different way. All right, Arnav, you've got Trevor Lawrence, Baker, Mayfield, Kyle Trask, Taylor, Heineke. Running backs are Alvin Kamara, Myles Gaskin, Damian Harris, Kenneth Gainwell, Devin Singletary. Tight ends Kyle Pitts and Fersker. Your wide receivers are D Hop, Jerry Judy, Sutton, Juju, Jarvis Landry, Paris Campbell. Okay, so the obvious weakness is the wide receiver depth. And I don't love having D Hop. I just think the combination of these wide receivers would worry me in Dynasty. I love D Hop. I'm comfortable with him as my wide receiver one, but I think, man, that Sutton and Judy, it's like you're gonna have to trade one of those guys. I'm not in love with the wide receiver room here. I love the first 6 picks, but I'm just questioning the depth a little bit. It's a decent team. This is a decent team. I think it's gonna win some games. I love the Trevor Lawrence pick there at the 2-3. I love the Kyle Pitts at the 3-10. I have not seen Kyle Pitts go that late in a dynasty startup, so that's really, really well done. I'm gonna give this a B plus, but there is questions with depth, as there is on most teams. Do you want to finish this off here with Football Ninja?
Yeah, absolutely. Football Ninja, Matthew Stafford, Ryan Tannehill, Tom Brady, Jared Goff, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Ben Roethlisberger. That's a lot of quarterbacks. 2, 4, 6 quarterbacks with Najee, Clyde, A.J. Dillon, Alexander Madison, and Giovanni Bernard. I think that's where you're weak. You're weak at that running back room. I wouldn't have taken Jared Goff knowing that I had the top 3 quarterbacks you had. Maybe I'll take a chance on who went there. Zach Moss, Raheem Mostert, Kenny and Drake. I'll take instead of Jared Goff. Same thing with Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'll take a chance on maybe locking up that Rams Bills backfield, get Moss and Singletary, do something along those lines. And then once again with Ben Roethlisberger, maybe getting a youth at running back, Chuba Hubbard, Javion Hawkins, with anything else besides another quarterback. I think it's just overkill. And then your wide receivers, another spot that's a little bit weak. Michael Thomas, DJ Chark, Mike Williams, Jacoby Myers, and Traquan Smith. Your first wide receiver was Michael Thomas. I think you know how we feel about him. You're in our league. We don't think he's going to play. There's already talks of how him and the Saints kind of are in turmoil kind of at the moment. So stay tuned for that. I don't know if that's a big topic to talk about or we should be following. Chark, I think, is good at the 10. Mike Williams good at the 13. Jacoby Myers good at the 16. Traquan Smith good at the 17. Once again, it's just weak. I would have taken Pittman, maybe Waddle, Kenny G over a Michael Thomas at that spot. And then with Tyler Higbee and TJ Hawkinson. I'm going to give this a B- as well. Too much overkill. Good running backs, your first 2. Your tight end is really strong. Maybe C+. I think I have to give you a C+. That sounds a little bit harsh, but hey, I know Football Ninja, you are wanting to do a trade, so I send you a message. Let me know. But that's our grades there. Feeling good?
Feeling good, yeah.
Feeling good like I should?
Huh?
Feeling good like I should?
Feeling good like I should. Yeah, no mercy with the grades.
No mercy.
Y'all know we just give our thoughts.
Yeah, it's just
never
thoughts,
anything personal.
It is what it is, because like at the end of the day, your team that you probably drafted is gonna go crazy. You just never know. So
we just nitpick.
It's cold.
It's always hopefully to help you. I hope they're helpful.
Cold World, are you in a Dynasty, like the follower league?
I don't think Cold World's in a Patreon league yet.
Oh, okay.
We'll see.
Hopefully we'll see you, man, because then we can really be talking.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think that's it for the stream.
Yeah, should be good. Huge love, everyone. We're gonna record a podcast right now. Another thing, RSA, if you want 50% off on sports memorabilia, the link is in the description below. Discount code FL15 RSA, all sports memorabilia, everything sports memorabilia, jerseys, helmets, not just footballs, but baseball, basketball, any sports that you like. I think they have hockey as well, the Olympics. Check that out. Huge love. Thank you so much for the support. We're gonna do a podcast now. Right after this, we have another live stream tomorrow. With a podcast, we have a podcast. I don't know if you know I don't know if you know, but we have a podcast.
We have a podcast.
Okay. We're actually gonna be recording a podcast right after this.
We have one.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Huge love, y'all. Huge love.
All right, guys. Big love.
Deuces.